I'm Jean-Louis Orvillere. I'm the winemaker and former vineyard manager of TerraVox Winery. We are in the heartland of America in Kansas City, Missouri, just about 30 minutes outside of downtown. And what we do here is we specialize in making wine from native North American grapes. So we have our Cabs, our Pinots, our Malbecs, all one species Vitis vinifera. And we are trying to show the world that we have more than just Concord and Manischewitz. There's 27 other species that we're sort of understanding and searching for typicity. So our story kind of begins with Thomas Fulton Munson. He's sort of our George Washington figure out here. Sort of not just being able to save the European vineyards from phylloxera with American rootstock, but breeding some 300 different grapes. And unfortunately with Prohibition is sort of killing the momentum we had with native North American grapes. Jerry sort of stepped up to the occasion and basically started from there. So around 95, him and his wife hopped on a plane, tried to find a good location for this vineyard, and it worked out pretty great with its proximity to downtown KC. And at that point, shovel went into ground in 96. So it got to the point where collecting grape cuttings from UC Davis, Cornell, primarily from Grayson College in Denison, Texas, where Munson's family vineyard is still being run and maintained. In other cases, going straight to the source of some of Munson's cohorts. So where that leads us here at TerraVox is getting to the point where trying to plant about, we're at 14 acres currently, sitting on 89 acres, so hopefully there's more growth in the future. Since 1996, that was sort of the genesis block where we have the original area in the vineyard. And then shortly after that, in 2000, we were able to plant 2 other lots, so getting just to a total of about 7 acres. So it's currently 2025, about 7-8-ish years ago, planted 7 more acres, but this time instead of doing vertical shoot positioning, we have lyre trellis positioning. So at that point, we're able to not just plant more of the grapes that we've sort of tended to and fostered, but we're able to introduce more grapes. So there are a seedlings project we're working on, as well as a gentleman called Cliff Ambers, who has sort of a similar approach to what we're doing with these native North American grapes. So still the experimentation is alive and well, but we're also trying to create this flagship of native North American grapes. So for us, the SARE project, at least my interpretation of it, was we had an opportunity to explore biodynamic viticulture practices. So for biodynamic viticulture, to us, it's this holistic, natural kind of approach to growing grapes. So whether it's burring the horn or getting to the point where we're completely eliminating any sort of synthetic sprays, but really sort of tending to the soil, to the canopy, to all the other environmental factors, and really trying to see like how this can be self-sustainable, not just for the vineyard, for the plant itself. We really wanted to see not just the anecdote of understanding how these grape varietals are, for the most part, resistant to fungal pressure or climatic conditions, but we wanted to push it and see if really we can go biodynamic. So in general, that was enough for us to sort of begin that project and sort of take it on. And so for us, the very first approach we wanted to take was getting the selection of which grape varietals. So we decided, because of the volume that we have and how popular it's been with our guests and other folks in the United States, we chose Wetumpka and Norton. Norton mainly because it's a Missouri state grape and it makes such pretty wine. But Wetumpka also because it's one of those true Munson grapes that we like to tell folks and share with folks. So the first idea was, let's get organized. How do we take this approach? So we decided to break different sections up. So whether it's soil, what we're going to do with the grapevine itself during pruning season or harvest or whatever the situation could be. And then sort of take the same approach with all the other grape varietals, whether it's different areas in the vineyard with Norton. So make the same style of wine, same crushing protocol, same yeast, same additions, and try to compare biodynamic practices versus the commercial basic practices. And after we're able to conduct this, get organized and set a plan, and we actually went through with that plan, the whole idea was, all right, synopsis. How did we deal with this? What were some things that we'd like to do differently? And if we're organized enough, how can we share this with the rest of the folks who are interested in biodynamic viticulture? So in the SARE project, when it was kinetic for us, we isolated 2 rows of Wetumpka and 2 rows of Norton. The 2 rows of Norton, one of them on the first row was near the boundary of the vineyard, where Wetumpka was sort of set in the center of that area of the vineyard. So with that in mind, we wanted to keep a close eye on soil pH. If we can shoot for about 6 pH, nutrient-wise, there'd be more bioavailability. So we want to test the soil, test petiole samples, and then really stay on top of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and try to understand how much of the micronutrients, whether it's zinc, boron, or calcium, is present, so the micronutrients can kind of complement the macronutrients. So at the result for the SARE project, the biodynamic results, we sent the samples of Wetumpka and Norton. So it was around the time, I'd say a few months before bottling. We sent it to our wine consultant out in California, Clark Smith, and he deemed the biodynamic wines double gold, where the others, whether it was early, middle, or late harvest Norton, or just the other variation of Wetumpka, received gold standards. So the result through this double-blind study we sent to him, biodynamic came on top. So that was a really cool result that we got to see. We try to maintain the same practice, so same yeast, same crushing, and similar vessels as the controls. So at the start with the SARE program, everything was very easy to begin. Communication was very easy, and any questions that we had was pretty lined out from the get-go. I think some of the takeaways would be organized, come up with a plan, check that plan, and have fun doing it, because the result kind of leads to a whole different mindset of where your business or where your organization can kind of play with different stuff that the plants have to say.